Good evening, everyone. William Mean here at 1799. Glad you could join me. If you like this video, share it and pass it around. It's really important you do, because the more you pass it around, the more people get the idea of what those guys in Washington are really trying to do here. Now, I am no lawyer, so I rely on history and the Constitution and Declaration of Independence. I rely on that. This book here is written in 1929, right? 28, somewhere there. And when I have a problem with a word I don't understand, my old buddy, the old dictionary. I tell you what, it gives me a lot of information that I don't know about. And if not, I go to the computer. If not, I go to the library and dig up what I need there. Okay? We all heard Biden jump up and down when he was running as president of the United States and no amendment is absolute. And you need to take a tyrannical government, you need F-15s and cruise missiles and all that happy bullshit, right? Forgive my language. But the big thing is, all basis is democracy and constitutional republic. There's a war between these two. But it's not without bullets and guns and bombs and all kinds of nuclear stuff. No, it's just a problem between one side believes in one thing, one side believes in the other, and one side is trying to destroy the other because they feel threatened. Because they consider it racist, they consider everything under the sun. So when you look in the book of history, you go through the Constitution, it's not so. This is this, right? Democracy is a form of government in which political power resides in all of the people and is exercised by them directly or is given to the elected representatives. Okay, so in other words, we vote people in to represent us and also to protect our rights. That's what they're there for. But now, suppose they don't want to do that. Okay, now what happens? Okay, so now we have issues. But this Democratic organization is controlled of an organization or a group of the majority of its members. So in other words, we write the law and the majority votes it in. So you got, let's see, 80 people vote a law in. But you got 2,000 people behind you saying, well, that shouldn't be allowed. Well, guess what? The majority ruled. That's what the Founding Fathers hated, by the way. They hated the word democracy because they knew that would happen someday down the road, where you would have the elected officials or the higher-ups or the rich people, or how they want to call it, the ruling factor, will then hand down laws to the people and say, this is the law, because the majority ruled. Now, while often categorized as a democracy, the United States is more accurately defined as a constitutional federal republic. In other words, we are a constitutional republic, not a democracy. But you hear them jump up and down about democracy, 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 we're a democracy, and MAGA's going to destroy democracy, this is going to destroy democracy, and you're all going to be threatened, and we're all going to be enslaved, you whole 9 yards. Now, the Constitution refers to the fact that government in the United States is based on the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, or the supreme law of the United States. So in other words, politicians ain't obey the law. They make their own things up and do what they want. Because they look at the Founding Fathers as old, decrepit, not intelligent, whatever, or racist. They call them terrorists. And they want you people to believe in it because you don't read history or you don't know about it or they don't let you learn about it. So you won't know. So anything those people up there in Washington tell you, it must be gospel. It's like saying, I could tell you the truth. You swear I was lying. But I could tell you a lie and swear it's the truth. Because people will believe in me. The rest of masses will believe in it. Right? It's happening today. So, the Bill of Rights was ratified in, I do believe it was December 15, 1799. 1791, my fault. It was adopted in 1791, December 15th. A formal summary and a declaration of the fundamentals and principles and rights of the individuals, often the first 10 amendments of the U.S. Constitution, which is your Bill of Rights, which protects you as the rights of the individuals. It guarantees civil rights and civil liberties of the individuals. Okay? It spells out the American rights, set rules for due process of law, and reserves all powers not delegated to the federal government, but to the people. So, there are three branches of government here. Today's politicians want to strip it down to only one, where they have full power over everything. But in order to do that, they got to dismantle the Constitution or put more people in here that don't know what it is, or try to brainwash everybody that that's old obsolete document, we need to get rid of it. It's great tapestry for the wall. This is a problem we have. So when we look at the Second Amendment, we understand what it says. A well-related militia. Well-related militia. A well-regulated militia. Now, that's something they also want to strip out, make it illegal for everybody. I wonder why. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of the free state of the people. Again, the people. The right of the people here. Again, politicians want to remove all this stuff. The state of the people to keep and to bear arms shall not be infringed. I wish these politicians would look at the dictionary what infringe means. Maybe they'll change their mind, but they won't. But the Founding Fathers felt that the citizens should be able to protect themselves against the government and to others who threaten their well-being and their personal freedoms. So this is the reason why these politicians today want to remove all this stuff out of here, because they want more power. So the more power they can apply, the more they can strip you of your constitutional rights. That's why they push these red flag laws so much. That's why they show all these background checks. All this is supposed to protect you. But they don't stop mass shootings. Not one of them has stopped the mass shooting yet. But they're designed to do that. So they tell us. They tell all the people. So they're all on board with this thing. Here's something else. So in the technical terms, your personal freedoms is kind of consist of threats against you, spiritual, monetary, your personal property, or your family. You have a right to defend yourselves and your country. So, the Second Amendment guarantees citizens that rights given to them by the ability to defend themselves and their property. I just did it a different way, but that's exactly what it's worded in. Okay. Now here's the interesting part about this. Biden says no amendment is absolute. So you have every intention of literally strip people of the Second Amendment rights. You're already attacking the First Amendment rights. You're already going after the Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights. That's why I tell people, don't surrender anything. Don't give up anything. Here's something that Patrick Henry wrote in 1775. We should not forget that the spark which ignited the American Revolution was caused by the British attempting to confiscate the firearms of the colonists. He stated that himself. Now here's a point that also he wondered. Patrick Henry wondered about. They tell us, sir, that we are weak, unable to cope with the fundamentals of adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be when next week or next year? Or will it be when we're totally disarmed? Patrick Henry, 1775, March 23rd. He worried. But also, Thomas Jefferson said that the tree of liberty shall be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants, which Biden mocked. Politicians today mock. They hate the Supreme Court. But also Patrick Henry wrote in 1788, this is a good one for today. If you're counting on your federal politicians to do what you want them to do, you're going to be seriously disappointed. He was not lying at that point. Show me the age of a country where the rights and liberties of the people were placed on the sole chance of their rulers being good men without consequences and the loss of their liberties. So that's why we want to strip you of constitutional rights. That's why we want to take this away. That's why we want to change this around. That's why they mock the founding fathers. But here's an interesting point too. All right? You know, it guarantees the rights of liberties. You know, your Bill of Rights, what it does for you, and the reason is. But Biden mocked these people. But when you really look at Thomas Jefferson, which Biden makes fun of a lot, it's interesting because he's in his statement that the Tree of Liberty is refreshed is a great storyline. Really. You need more to stop a tyrannical government. You need F-18s or F-15s and cruise missiles. Now, why would you state something like that while you're running for president of the United States? Unless you have a tendency to attack the American people. Because we won't obey you? People, you need to protect yourselves and your friends and your family. And do not be afraid to defend that self. Till then, to your friends, families, you take care of yourselves. We'll catch you around.